Hello everyone, Lawrence here from Unicorn Reviews. Today we're looking at Be Quiet's Shadow Rock 2. We'll start off with the physical overview. So let's get into that. So we got an aluminum top cover. It's very nicely brushed aluminum, really like it. Be Quiet says something about low turbulence cooling fin design. I was hoping that. You can select the fan mount freely, so you can, for the first time in Be Quiet history, you can choose which orientation you want the logo. So you can put a fan on all four sides, which is really handy. You only get two fan brackets though, so you can't go with a double fan design or a quadruple fan design if you would somehow want to do that. There are four 8mm heat pipes, so that should really help with cooling, and Be Quiet rates this one at 180 watts TDP. The dimensions are 16 centimeters by 12.2 centimeters by 15 centimeters. The entire fan, including the heatsink, weighs a whopping 1.127 kilograms, which is quite a lot. Now, the fan on there spins all the way up to 1600 RPM. It is a 4-pin PWM fan, guys. You can run it on a 3-pin as well. And it's a 120mm fan rated at around 25.4 decibels at that 1600 RPM. As usual, the packaging on this cooler is really nice. You get the accessory bags, which include this super heavy Be Quiet backplate with rubber on there, so it prevents vibrations. It also keeps it from touching metal pins on the back of your motherboard. It also comes with Be Quiet's mounting mechanism, which, if you follow the instructions, it just makes it super hard to mount it. So if you mount it the way I do, which is just put the back plate on and then really get the screws onto the cooler itself and then just screw it from the back. If you do it that way, it's actually pretty easy to install, but you do have to reach the case from both sides at the same time to grab the cooler in one hand and then rotate your screwdriver in the other hand. Of course, the most important thing with a CPU cooler is noise and how cool it actually keeps your system. So how high can you overclock it? So I did it in my test system. That's the i5-3570K running at 4.2 gigahertz, 1.18 volts. And I was actually really surprised. As you can see, it beats the Darkrock Top Flow cooler at the 12 volt maximum RPM stress test. And that's because there is so much metal in there. It's like 1 kilogram of metal in there trying to cool your CPU, so that's really handy. Once you go with lower fan speeds though, that's where you can see that the fan struggles a little bit to push air through all of that metal, keeping everything cool, but still the cooler performs incredibly well. It is quite audible at the higher RPMs, but where you're actually going to use it, because this thing has so much heat capacity that it can dissipate, you're never going to run it at the highest fan speed. So it's actually a very quiet cooler, as the name of the company would suggest. So guys, if you like this video, please press that like button. If you didn't like this video, there's the subscribe button for when I make a video that you do like. If you want to follow me or the channel in general, there is Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. If you want to support the channel, get me even better lighting, better lenses, better audio equipment, all that sort of stuff, there's Patreon and paypal.me, or you can just whitelist Unicorn Reviews in your ad blocker.